poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Weezy Moto, man. We about to go out here, show you a little bit more history of Louisville, man. Just a little bit more. This is I mean, it's not different. It's history. History's history, man. I'm gonna show you a part of the city. I've had it in my video before. I just never really talked about it. So that's what we're gonna do today, man. We're gonna go to a part of the city that was, I ain't gonna say established, but I'll say it was kind of, you know, well, I say established. It was made for, at the time, a good reason. You know, the people that was living there, they made it so they could live and prosper, man, and try to develop things for their family. And if y'all wonder about what that is, that's a place called Little Africa. Yes, there was actually a place called Little Africa in Louisville. It was established, I think it was made in, they start building it and living there in 1870s. So from the 1870s to like the 1920s, it was an actual place, like where people lived, where it was called that. It was a part of town called that. Families lived there, and houses was built. Of course, it wasn't the best, but shit, it was what they, you know, in the 1870s, if you want to go back that far in time, it wasn't an awesome place in the world for black people, you know. So they had to do what they had to do, and I just found it out. I actually wasn't even looking for something like this. I was looking for something more like about war, because I know Louisville is kind of like the gateway to the South. You know, there was a lot of war going on here, Civil War. And I'm trying to go back to then and try to catch some Civil War, like, you know, see what black people did during the Civil War out here. And I came across that, and I was like, oh shit, my family lives over there. You know what I'm saying? I used to play over there. I used to go into them projects that used to be there. You know, that's what was built over Little Africa. Projects, you know, some housing, but a lot of projects was built there. And they said, yeah, we'll, you know, of course they was putting the highway, which that's where I'm going. I'm going to take the highway that was built through that area, and then I'm gonna get off, and hopefully I can go past the sign and show y'all the sign where it says Little Africa, so you know I ain't bullshit. But yeah, I used to play in the projects. My family used to live over there. Some still do, but they live in the new area. You know, they got new houses and stuff over there. So yeah, that's where we going to the new, it's not the projects no more, it's houses now, but that's where we going, man. Little Africa. So y'all come with me, let's get it. See y'all when I get there, man. Alright, this is where Southwick Projects used to be. I think all of these used to be here. These houses still was here. But it's over to the left. I want to go through there, but I'm going to go around. I'll probably try to get over to this park. I don't know if I can get in. But this used to be, all this used to be the projects. They built these brand new around early 2000s. There's like the gymnasium. It's like a Boys and Girls Club sometimes. I go to park over there. But all this used to be called Little Africa. I'm gonna try to get to a spot where I can chit chat for a second. I think it's a dead end right here. This is Little Africa. I'm gonna ride through here and I'm gonna show y'all what it's became, and then I'll show a video of what it used to be.
We call it the gateway to the South.
We had to do the best we had to do, but that's what we lived at.
A forgotten town in today's Park Duval neighborhood called Little Africa.
They just didn't want to entertain that Little Africa existed.
It's where freed men and women settled after the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation.
My foreparents were the first blacks to settle in there.
Turning what used to be described as a shanty town into a thriving community by the 1920s.
It's just self-contained. It had its own grocery stores. It had people who knew how to do a little farming, and it just had everything there.
Today, very few people who grew up in Louisville's Little Africa are still here to tell their stories. I found two of them, 79-year-old Howard Breckenridge, who now lives in Texas.
1416 South 36th Street, that's where we lived in Little Africa.
And 73-year-old James Dixon, also known as Huss, who lives in West Louisville.
Born and raised, 1711 South 37th Street. It was me on the picture on the left side. I was 12 years old.
Breckenridge talked to me with his daughter Dominique, who's been helping him collect hundreds of photos of Little Africa. They shared them with me.
We played together, got along together.
Each picture tells a story.
And every day I walked out the door, I could look down the street both ways. I see somebody same color I was.
I heard these stories so many times growing up. From the photos, you can really sense a community.
A historical marker that sits on Virginia Avenue commemorates the history of Little Africa. It says the town eventually became Parkland.
No streets are named after those people in Little Africa.
The town was booming with black entrepreneurs owning homes, running their own businesses, schools, theaters, libraries. It was even a part of the state fairgrounds.
We were self-sufficient. They didn't need the outside white people to survive.
It's people gathering to have a good time, and that's what it's about.
But between the 1940s and the 1950s, Little Africa started to disappear.
They tried to do everything to hold it back. This is our history. I was born there 73 years ago. I know just about everything that was built down there and came through there. Knew everybody moved in there.
I said that they would never let another black community have that much power.
City leaders demolished the town to make room for the Cotter Homes housing projects.
We forced to move because they done bought all that land. They done bought that.
The white people had told the blacks that we're gonna take the land, eminent domain, and we're gonna build new houses. We're gonna give you all the opportunity to come back, buy those houses. But they never did that.
Show residents in Little Africa lost their homes so the city can make room for urban renewal and to help build the Watterson Expressway. This paperwork belonging to a resident named Agnes Daniels says she lost her home in Parkland in February 1950. The city paid her less than $5,000 for it.
I mean, it's a decent area now. Look-wise, I don't really know I don't live here, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know if your cars and shit get broken into, so don't take my word for it. I don't know. But what I'm gonna say is, it used to be Little Africa, established in 1870. See this highway behind me, the highway I took to get here? That cuts right through it. So around, say 1920s or so, they built that. The city, of course, purchased this and was like, yeah, we want to put houses over there. We're going to put housing for you guys. Y'all can come back. Da-da-da-da-da, right? Housing. I'm not saying those, I don't think it was built in the 20s. I don't know. I don't know when Cotter Homes was built, but I can look that up. But they said, we'll put some houses over there. We're going to fix it up so y'all can have houses, you know, because it wasn't in the best shape, but it was theirs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have much, so they didn't care about what it looked like. But of course, the city was like, oh, we're going to build it up and we're going to buy that property. They bought it, put projects there, put housing there. And, you know, of course, black people couldn't afford that. They're like, man, I can't afford that. And they're like, well, too bad, so sad, JoJo.
What's up? Mike! He's a former ganja smoking motherfucker. He ain't worth it. Do you want something? I'll bust your ass too. So sad. You on your own, JoJo.
Living these projects right here, you know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. That's what happened. Little Africa is like all of this right here. All of this pretty much is Little Africa. Anyway, let's ride through Little Africa and see what it's become since being rebuilt. Well, rebuilt, tore down, rebuilt again. Let's see what it's become. It's not bad, actually. It's a nice area, for real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go past my aunt and them's house. I think they still live there. I think. I don't know. Don't know. I ain't from here, so I'll get turned around. I think he lives a little further down though. I don't be up in there that much. Just turn right here. Why? Because my uncle lives down at the end of the street too. You see that house with the porch fence around it? That's where she lives. Either that one, yeah, it was that one. The one back that way with the porch fence around it, the white all the way around. She lives there. And my uncle, he moved in over here way before my aunt. Well, she's passed away now. Her daughter owns that house now. And way before she moved in over this area, he lived down this way, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go down through here. Basically, I'm just, you know, kind of just telling you, this is, I was always over here, never knew this. Kind of grew up out this way, never knew it. Literally, I was always over here all the time, over one of my friends' house down that way, you know, when I didn't want to go home, or my mother told me not to come home because I stayed out too late. This is pretty much the area I was in. And when we was kids, she used to come out here and y'all go play, go outside. We're like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, he lives in that building right there. The second from the last building. I don't know if they still live there. I don't know. I haven't been over their house in a while. But yeah, some of these houses always been here. Let me go down this street. These houses always been here. Right here, these houses. All this used to always be here. Kids. I don't know how. I don't know how to do a wheelie. Hey, I'm gonna learn how to do it and I'm gonna come back and show y'all. Yeah, we used to always play over here. This was like where I used to play. As a kid, she would go outside and play. We like, we don't know what to do. We don't know nobody over here. But all them houses the kids was in front of, about, that was always here. It was always here. Even back when the projects was here. Just go past my friend's house. It'd be funny if I see him outside. But yeah, that's Little Africa. I'm gonna try to get to Virginia, back to Virginia when I go back. And hopefully I can find that sign. If not, I'll just put a fucking picture of it up. But hopefully they didn't tear it down. That'd be crazy. You know what? Let's go down the alley I was riding when I stole my friend's bike and see if I can get up that hill. It was a hill. He had a Gixxer 600. I say this is 2008, maybe 2007. Here's the alley. And I went down here, made a left. I'm on the Gixxer 600. It's 2008. First time ever being on a bike. I learned myself how to ride it on YouTube. If you look up what YouTube looked like in 2008, you'll be fucking amazed how I learned that. But I did. And I come to this spot right here. I shit you not, I came to this spot, right? Looking, it was a hill at the time. It was a hill. I don't care what nobody say. It was a hill. Okay? And I could not, for the life of me, get out of here. It wasn't like this. I'm not even gonna make it seem like it was bad. It was like that. It wasn't like that. It was a hill. It was like a dip. And I couldn't get up that hill at all. I couldn't get up. Was that Jason's bike? Nah. It looked like it. Whose bike is that? Is that Jason's? Is that the Gixxer? I think that's the Gixxer right there. Yeah. That's Jason, my partner Jason's house. That's the Gixxer I stole. I didn't steal it like I was riding forever, but that's his house. It's his dad's house. Let me go down here and see if he's here. It might be his truck. I don't see him. I ain't gonna bother him. I don't know what he's up to. But yeah, oh shit. There ain't nothing but glass through here, bro. Through hella glass. Please don't have a flat tire. But yeah, that's crazy. That's the Gixxer. He still lives there, I guess. But that's the Gixxer I stole back in 2008. That motherfucker's still there. It was raggedy looking. He's probably like, who is that on the bike riding past my house? Yeah, I ain't talked to him much since his son passed away, man. This crazy shit happened with him and his son's stepfather. A fucked up situation, man. I really, honestly, I don't really know what to say, man. You know, I wouldn't know what to say to the man, so I haven't really talked to him much. I text him, let him know, feel sorry, and if you needed to talk, man, just let me know. He ain't really reached out. Pretty sure he's just trying to focus on positive things in life, and you know, and keep that out of as far from his mind, because that's honestly what I would want to do. Me and him are Gemini, so kind of think the same. I'm pretty sure he would want to keep that out of his mind. This is how you do this. Because you can't turn left at that light, right? And as I was coming up, you know, you ain't been in the area in a while. You forget things. And I seen that no turn left. I'm like, hold up. And I remember this is why we used to always come this way. I ain't been out this way since early 2000s. Well, I mean, I've been out this way, but not like hanging out, like be out here. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time I really actually came out this way. That's what you do. Come down through here. Look at him on the Harley. Brother, what's up, man? He leaning. How are you leaning like that? He was leaning back. Used to be a motorcycle club up here. I think it might still be. He was leaning. You see him leaning all the way back? I ain't never seen nobody lean like that. That nigga's riding in comfy mode. Let's see if I can see the sign. There it is. Y'all see it? Let's see if I can get over here. See the sign? The sign. I'm gonna try to get it on camera, but if not, I wanted to go right there and kind of like look at it, but I'm pretty sure I can pull it up. But yeah, that's Little Africa, man. I'll put up some history on it, but yeah, I got like not deep ties, but I got ties there. I got family members there that live there now, and all that. Bye, brother. Get over because I see a truck. Just me or your helmet? Pretty far. That's it for the video, fellas and ladies. It's Wheezy Moto, man. That was Little Africa. I hate that I couldn't get a lot of footage for y'all. I got a little bit, but I'll see y'all in the next one, man. It's Wheezy Moto, and I'm out this one.